Hi, it's Shonna, the speech lady. I thought we could read a book together. I'm so glad you're here. I picked one of my favorite books when I was your age. So let's get ready for a story. Let's get cozy. I'm gonna get comfortable. I have a blanket. I like to wrap a blanket around myself when I'm gonna read to get comfy. Do you have a blanket? Or maybe a special pillow or a stuffy or a plushie? Let's get a drink or a snack. I have water. It's okay to pause it and go get yourself comfortable. That's a good drink. I can wait. I'll wait for you. I just want to read a story with you and spend some time. I hope you had a good day today. My favorite thing about my day today, let me think. What was my favorite thing about today? Like just one good thing about my day. Let me think. I know. I saw a butterfly this morning. I was looking out my window and there was a butterfly, a beautiful butterfly on a flower. And I love butterflies. How about you? Tell me one good thing that happened to you today. Something that you saw, something you did, something you thought, something somebody said to you. Or maybe it's just that we get to spend some time together today. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So, my favorite book when I was your age is this one. It's called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. That's called the title. And it's by an author. The author is the person that writes the book. Her name is Judith. And I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I want to say Vjorst. And this is an old book. I'm an old lady. This was a book that I read when I was a little girl. And I'd like to read it to you today because everybody has terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. Everybody does. And I wanted to share the experience of this little boy's very terrible day and see what that was like for him and what he did about it. You ready to read? Settle in, get comfy. And if you need to pause this video, that's okay. Even if you just listen to this video for a few minutes today and a few minutes tomorrow, that's okay. I'm just happy you're here. All right, let me open up the cover. There's the title again. It says, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And that's Alexander. Here we go. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the words. I'll take my glasses off here. There we go. It says, I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on my skateboard by mistake. I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Oh dear, look at his grumpy face. Look at his wet sweater in the sink. That is a bad feeling to have a wet sweater. And to get gum in your hair, oh my gosh, that's a bad start. Did you ever have a bad start to your day? At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in the breakfast cereal box and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. Do you know, a long time ago, in your cereal, they would put surprises like little toys and treasures? And his brother found a toy in his cereal. This brother found a toy in his cereal. No toy in Alexander's. I wonder how that made him feel. I'm thinking. Maybe he was feeling a little disappointed. Look at his face. Yeah, frustrated. And he said, I think I'll move to Australia. I think he says, I'm going to move to Australia because he wants to go as far away as he can think of to get away from this very bad day. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have the seat next to the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. Nobody even answered. Do you know what car sick is? Have you ever been car sick? Like maybe you're on the plane or in a truck and you feel like you're going to throw up. That's car sick. And nobody answered him. I wonder if he felt like nobody cares that I'm going to feel car sick. And he said, I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I can understand that. It's not nice when you feel like people aren't listening to you. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of an invisible castle. At singing time, she said, I sang too loud. At counting time, I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Oh, I feel sorry for this guy. He is having a bad day. What would you say to him to help him feel better? What do you do when you're having a terrible day? Is there something you can do to feel better? Sometimes, for me, I need to go for a walk outside. Or I need to tell somebody I care about what's happening. I don't know. What do you do? You can tell me in the comments. You can type it. We can talk about it. Anyway, I could tell it was going to be a terrible day because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. That's a bad feeling. I hope you sit on a tack. A tack is like a sharp, little spiky thing. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope that the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, that the ice cream cone part falls off the cone part and it lands in Australia. Look at his face. How do you think he's feeling right now? He sounds really, really angry, yeah. And maybe with him being so mad, maybe it also hurts a little bit that now he's the third best friend. Maybe. Did that ever happen to you before? You thought somebody was your friend, but they weren't being a good friend? That is horrible, isn't it? Let's turn the page. I hope this story gets a little bit happier. This is very sad. Well, there were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag. And Albert got a Hershey bar, that's a chocolate bar, with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had coconut sprinkles. That's like a cake, right? And guess whose mom forgot to put in the dessert? I think it's his mom. Everybody else got really yummy treats, and he got no treat. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Aw, he looks so sad. I wish I could give him a hug. If you're having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, well, I'm giving you a hug from here right now. It's right here. And I'm glad you came today to listen to a story. Well, that's what it was, this terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Because after school, my mom took me to the dentist. And Dr. Fields found another cavity in just me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. Do you think he likes being at the dentist? Look at his face. Do you think he likes being there? I don't think so. Did you ever go to the dentist? Sometimes kids don't like to go to the dentist. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. He closed the door on his foot. Ouch! And while we were waiting for my mom to get in the car, Anthony, that's his brother, right? Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and then I started crying because of the mud, and Nick said I was a crybaby. And, oh no, look. His brother called him a crybaby. That's not very nice, is it? And while I was punching Nick for saying I was a crybaby, my mom came back with the car and she scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I got in trouble for being muddy and fighting. Oh dear. He didn't start it, did he? I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And I told everybody, and no one even answered. I went to the shoe store to get some shoes, and Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. And then the shoe man said they were all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. I don't like plain old white shoes. How come my brothers get all the good shoes? There were lima beans for supper. I hate lima beans. There was kissing on TV. I hate kissing. Oh dear. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. I kind of like his railroad train pajamas. What do you think? He doesn't like them. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow that he said I could keep. He said I could keep it, and he took it back. And the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and then I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony and not with me. And it has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And my mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. Have you ever had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day? I have. I think everybody has. Sometimes we have a few days that are not so great. But not every day is terrible and horrible and no good and very bad. And there's people that you can talk to if you need to. If you feel stuck in a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, reach out to the people you can talk to. And I'm one of those people that you could talk to if you needed to. So have a good sleep. Have a drink of water. And a good snack. A cozy blanket. And I hope tomorrow, if you're having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I hope tomorrow is a better one for you. Thank you for coming for my story today.